What is a physical empath? Hi, my name is Doug Knoll. I'm a speaker, teacher, author, and peacemaker, and I've dedicated my life to understanding human conflict. I've learned that emotional competency is the path to peace and happiness for every person. And I developed a new website, empath.help, to provide resources for highly sensitive empaths and a place for the non-empathic to be trained in empathic skills. In a few minutes, I'm going to talk about a weird Tylenol study that tells us a lot about physical empaths. But first, how do you know if you are a physical empath? A physical empath is someone who experiences the pains of another person. It's as if physical empaths absorb the pain of others. And being a physical empath may be debilitating. You can't be in crowds because the communal pain is too much to bear. Physical empaths are people whose bodies are so porous they absorb the symptoms of others. And they do not have the defense that others have to screen things out. They must learn to center and protect themselves, set healthy boundaries, and let go of energy they pick up from others. Like other types of empaths, physical empaths are either untrained or trained. Sometimes the states are called unawakened or awakened empaths. Still others refer to unaware versus empowered physical empaths. These states refer to the ability of a physical empath to manage her empathic experience. Without training, physical empaths are at the whim of the world around them. They lack discernment and often suffer from anxiety, eating disorders, and addictive behaviors. Trained empaths are taught to ground themselves, to separate their physical sensations from the sensations of others, and to discern what is personal to them and what is not. So how do you know if you're a physical empath? Dr. Judith Orloff developed a quiz to help you learn if you have physical empath abilities. Make a little tick mark for every question that you answer yes, and answer the following questions with a yes or no. Have you been labeled as overly sensitive? Have you ever sat next to someone who seems nice, but suddenly her eyelids got heavy and you felt like taking a nap? Do you feel uneasy, tired, or sick in crowds and avoid them? Do you feel someone else's anxiety or physical pain in your body? Do you feel exhausted by angry or hostile people? Do you run from doctor to doctor for medical tests but are told you're fine? Are you chronically tired or have many unexplained symptoms? Do you frequently seem overwhelmed by the world and want to stay home? If you answered 1 to 3 of the questions with a yes, you have physical empath ability. If you answered yes to 4 to 5 of the questions, you have a moderate degree of physical empathy. And if you answered 6 to 8 questions with a yes, you are a physical empath. So what is the cause of physical empathy? The general internet contains a tremendous amount of misinformation about the cause of physical empathy. Google Scholar, on the other hand, reveals research that helps to explain what causes a physical empath. Brain scanning research reveals that when you experience someone else's pain, it's as if you were experiencing the pain yourself. In other words, the brain centers that signal pain are activated, whether it's your pain or someone else's pain. Presumably, although the studies don't state this directly, physical empaths have higher sensitivity than non-empaths. And since you loved high school biology so much, you'll be pleased to learn that 2 brain centers are involved in physical empathy. The centers are the anterior cingulate cortex and the anterior insula cortex. And here are a couple of pictures that show you where they are. So the anterior cingulate cortex is towards the front of the brain at the outside of what is known as the limbic system. And the insula, which is shown in the yellow circle, is in the center of the brain. Now, there'll be a pop quiz at the end of class, so pay close attention. I told you I'd tell you about the weird Tylenol study. This one is really weird. Studies have shown that Tylenol, which is acetaminophen, not only reduces physical pain, it also reduces social pain. So, for example, if you are humiliated or embarrassed, taking Tylenol reduces your social pain. This is because Tylenol inhibits those two brain centers, the anterior cingulate cortex and the anterior insula. So some smart neuroscientists wondered if Tylenol would reduce the effects of physical empathy. They conducted 3 experiments that confirmed their prediction that Tylenol reduced physical empathy. The subjects that took Tylenol did not experience the physical pain of others. What this tells us is that the empathy centers of physical empaths are probably very sensitive. And the conclusion? Well, first of all, we do not recommend that you take Tylenol to alleviate the pain of being a physical empath. However, science explains why physical empaths exist, and with this knowledge, you can learn and become a trained physical empath. Extraordinary power awaits you when you master your innate abilities. We are putting together a series of courses that will guide you through many of the steps in this article and the others that you will find here at empath.help. So is this interesting? Tell us what your problems are and how you feel about what we write about in the comments section below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. In my next video, I'll talk about empaths and anxiety. If you're interested in learning more and want to join our tribe, visit empath.help.